Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Morning Live Show. The live show's podcast and meta content is brought to you every week by these loyal sponsors. McGraw-Webb Chevrolet on the bypass in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for 30 years. Join the McGraw-Webb Chevy family today. Tucker ATV, Jackson, Alabama, your local servicing Polaris Hustler Echo dealer with an international reputation. CT Ward Power Sports in Camden, Alabama, XL Godfrey Hurricane Boats powered by Mercury and Yamaha engines, your water skiing gear headquarters on Lake Millis Ferry. Safford Trading Company and Safford Equipment under the tower in Safford, Alabama, home of your residential and commercial lawn care bundle bear. Wildlife Management Solutions in Eutaw, Alabama. Let the guys at WMS select the right seed and blends for your soil type. South Alabama Kubota and Reynolds on the Strip in Monroeville, Alabama. Kubota and Skag Zero Turns, the right Kubota tractor for the right price. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors live show. It is Friday the 13th. We are live from the Lawler Timber Company, Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center, 42 degrees outside, cloudy with a northwest wind at 12 miles per hour. And I want to personally welcome all the 38th annual Wilcox Academy deer hunters into town and hope y'all have a great weekend. I know you're going to have a great weather weekend to hunt and hope y'all have a lot of luck killing them big bucks. We're going to start off this morning. Everybody knows the big news yesterday, the tornado that hit Selma, and we're going to go up to Selma and hook up with my old Gettin Outdoors radio producer and now Selma Sun /Black Belt News Network reporter, Mr. Todd Prater in Selma. Good morning, Todd.
Hey, Big Daddy, how are you this morning?
Well, I want to talk about the jugging contest and everything, but it's a lot more serious stuff going up there in Selma. You was in the field yesterday. Just kind of give us an update on everything, Todd.
Sure. Yesterday, of course, about 10:30, we got a tornado warning in the air, or tornado watch. About 11:30, the tornado warning was coming up out of Wilcox. And I was worried about you for a while there, but actually I didn't hit the ground till here in Selma. Over on Dallas Avenue, got a lot of damage over in that area. John T. Morgan got some damage. Cross Point Christian School lost their preschool building. Then and some of the homes behind the Winn-Dixie on Dallas Avenue were damaged. The tornado moved up Dallas and came up to J.L. Chestnut. And it looks like it was just driving right down the road. It hit about 3 blocks both sides and in the historic district and took out a bunch of trees, roofs off homes. There's one or two homes that are probably a historic church even damaged to the point where it may not be salvageable. And there is a curfew in effect in Selma right now for the evening so that obviously, and I heard on the scanner some folks going up into people's homes, and that kind of broke my heart that would happen here and not going up to check on them either, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that kind of broke my heart to hear that was happening, but apparently they got that under control pretty quickly. And the big thing, though, is the cleanup's going on now. Oh, the National Weather Service is here in town. They came in yesterday evening, and they say at this point, it looks like winds in excess of 100 miles an hour. So it was probably an EF2, maybe a low-end EF3 tornado that hit. So we're waiting on that to see what's happening.
I was watching Channel 12 at the time it hit, and Amanda and Josh you could tell when they showed the radar where it was, and it was right there, looked like right over Block Park, right in there. They were
right.
Their faces, I could tell from their faces that it was a very serious storm. And and I was worried about you, and that's when I texted you. And you got a firsthand look at it, though, Todd. I have seen tornado damage, and nobody that's ever witnessed it. You have to see it to believe it.
You know, and it's funny because I didn't say it to JT a minute ago, but as many times in my years of doing this business, I have been to tornado sites. It's something that you never get accustomed to.
Yeah,
it's not. You're shocked every time you see it, because sometimes the big things like the homes here, one of them, it looks like the house is okay. There's just no roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one I went to one time, the house was perfect except the whole side was gone. It looked like a Barbie house. You could see everything inside the house was still in place, just the wall was gone. You know, little things like that. But it's just a myriad of different situations that hit you really hard. We even had a warehouse on fire yesterday, so add that, you know, to the whole mix. That really made things a little bit worse. But the good thing is, here in Dallas County and in Selma, we didn't have any deaths reported. There are injuries, don't know exactly how many and how serious, but we didn't have anyone die. Now in Autauga County, we lost 6 people, and so our prayers are going to go out to those folks, because that's that was bad.
Yeah, and we're talking about Selma this morning, but it actually all the way Sumter County, all the way through the central part of Alabama was hit very, very hard, and our prayers are for everybody. Now, Todd, talk about that child care center. That was an amazing story. Where it was 80 kids in there, and it got torn up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but luckily nobody got hurt.
Yeah,
but, I mean, if you look at the pictures, and I was going to tell you, you know, I sent you some pictures, but there's even more pictures and video on our Facebook, and pictures of that building where it's like the roof is sitting on the ground on a pile of bricks.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody seemed to have gotten out fine. Okay. I hadn't heard any reports of any injuries, but if there were, they were just minor. So thank God those children were fine. But selmasun.com and Selma Sun Facebook page. I'm sorry.
And our colleagues at Dixie 100, I think they got knocked off the air and all that. I heard all their satellites got blown away.
Yeah, that's I went by the station the other day and it was dark. I mean, the power is out from basically the Alabama River up into Valley Grande. Mm-hmm. I drove it last night just to kind of see what was going on. And luckily, where my house is in Valley Grande is a small area that still had power. But 11,000 some odd people in our area were without power. Some of those have already been restored, according to some reports I've seen on social media and from Alabama Power. I don't know exactly how many, but some of them are restored. But yeah, yesterday when I went by the radio station, Dixie 100, there was nobody was there. There's no reason to be there. No power. Yeah. You know?
Well, and I also got a text yesterday from Safford Trading Company, which is about 10, 12 miles.
About a 15-minute drive. Yeah,
they are open and they have all chainsaws, batteries, anything you need. They got electricity. So anybody in Selma that wants to make that short trip, needs anything, they are open and ready for business. Now, Thunder wants to know, Todd, how long was the tornado on the ground and how far did it travel? I know it went from Sumter County, which is right on the Alabama-Mississippi line, all the way to the Georgia line, didn't it?
It did. That same storm produced. Matter of fact, a friend of mine lives in Alex City, said it got bad over there on Lake Martin. A lot of damage on Lake Martin and over in that area of East Alabama. But here in Selma, it was on the ground. I think one person said that he went through it for about 3 or 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I would hadn't seen an official, but I would venture to guess from Dallas Avenue, where it first hit and went over, probably about 3 or 4 miles at least of damage here in Selma, straight line miles, because it's only, as big as it only hit about a 3 or 4 block area either side of JL Chestnut. So,
and somebody asked me from the Edmund Pettus Bridge, I said it's about a mile north, but that might be west. I don't know, but it's on Broad Street going towards Highway 80. It's about a mile from the Edmund Pettus Bridge where most of the damage is, right, Todd?
That is correct. It's about a mile, maybe a mile and a half or so. It is basically right where the railroad tracks cross the Broad Street. Matter of fact, the intersection of Broad Street and JL Chestnut right there at the tracks was a mess. Trucks were overturned, buildings were demolished, and they had that whole area blocked off for quite a while yesterday.
Hey, y'all, we're talking with Todd Prater, reporter for the Selma Sun Newspaper and the Alabama Black Belt News Network, about the huge tornado we had in Selma yesterday. Well, it went all the way through. Of course, we mentioned we had some lives lost in Autauga County, and the damage was just devastating. But we don't ever want to see anybody lose their life. Now, I saw Rex Jones put a post up yesterday late where it was so many people, all the rescue people, they were coming in there, Todd. I'm sure they got all kind of places set up. Can you talk about how many places they got for people to get water or get supplies? Is it anything that we can do to help Selma?
I'm sure we could do something. I already talked to Lewis, who has the help program, and we talked about coordinating some way to get water, get whatever. I know that at the high school they set up a shelter opened it up at 7 last night, so I would imagine that will continue tonight. Haven't yet heard today of any other shelters, but I'm sure there will be such. Now, I know that right around the annex building, the county courthouse annex, they had a staging area where they were dispatching all the help out to the different areas of the city that needed help. And there were people there from all over. I mean, there was, I saw Hamburg Volunteer Fire Department. I know, of course, Selma was out. I believe I saw a couple of Valley Grande Volunteer Fire Department trucks. A lot of folk, Alabama Power already in town as well. So there's a lot of people came from all around into Selma, and obviously the other areas too. I mean, if they're doing it here, they're doing it in Autauga County everywhere too. So there's a lot of folks that come in.
Somebody wants to know, what about Live Oak Cemetery? That's right there where it hit, isn't it?
I haven't seen or heard of any damage in Live Oak Cemetery. I didn't get over to that area myself. Cindy was over there. Cindy Fisher, our owner and publisher, and she didn't have any damage from that area either. Apparently, just like these things do, it went down, jumped up, and then came back down. Mm-hmm. So it may have skipped over Live Oak, but I do not believe there was any major damage in the cemetery.
Well, I tell you what, Todd, I appreciate you giving us an update, and everybody can keep up with it. Selma Sun is doing a great job of keeping up with it on Facebook, social media. And talk a minute about the new Black Belt News Network, Todd, that we're really excited about.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me do that. It is, it's going to be, or it is, we're starting it now, a Black Belt news service that we're starting out of the Selma Sun office. And what we're going to basically do is, that's going to be the biggie, Black Belt News Network, and all the little papers that we do under it, Selma Sun, Marion Times Standard, blah, blah. And we're hoping to include other papers as well. We're going to be covering basically from Demopolis to Montgomery. Mm-hmm. And interesting people, interesting stories, important news and events, and obviously weather situations in the Black Belt area. And we're starting with our, Dallas and 6 counties in our area, including Wilcox, Marengo, Perry, Lowndes, right around us.
The heart of the Black Belt.
The heart of the Black Belt. And as we grow, we're growing further. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to go on and include Montgomery and things that are going over there, because obviously what goes on in Montgomery is important all over the state, but especially right here in our area in the Black Belt. So many people here in Selma and areas like that work over there. And so we're going to be hot and heavy reporting black belt news to let everybody know. Good question about Oklahoma Park. I just saw you put that up. I have not talked to Linda Derry yet, but I also have not heard of any problems there, although they were talking about how the storm went over Oklahoma.
Yeah,
on the
I
way
don't
here.
think it touched down till it passed there.
I believe you're correct, and it's about time now. I was going to call Linda and find out how things are doing down there, how it fared. I don't believe there was any problems, but like I say, I can't say 100% for sure. I just hadn't heard of anything yet.
Todd, talking about the Black Belt News Network, you're going to be covering a lot of outdoor stuff, and the outdoor edition that y'all put out a while back, it was awesome, man. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And everybody I talked to really enjoyed that edition of the outdoors that y'all put out.
Well, I appreciate that. That was that's a labor of love. I mean, especially getting to go down to Thomasville and talk to our buddy down there.
Yeah,
about the duck calls.
David Gaston.
Yeah, David Gaston. Yeah, the Gaston duck call, Gaston custom calls.
Yeah,
that was a fantastic afternoon just to sit there and watch him make and talk about it. But doing those kind of things is going to be very important for the Black Belt News Network because, like you said, that is such an important industry in the Black Belt, our outdoors industry, whether it be hunting, fishing, or just walking around in the woods taking pictures and watching birds. Is very important, and we will be covering that hot and heavy, as we've tried to do so far. We're going to even step it up a little bit more, so that's definitely going to be a part of it.
Well, Todd, I know you're busy. You got a lot to do today covering this tornado damage and everything. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And I guess we'll see you and the boys on February the 18th at the Catfish Jugging Contest.
We're going to be there. So, yeah, and tell Joe Allen and the crew whatever they need help with. I've got some pretty strong, strapping boys that'll be willing to help. And I'm going to be there, too, because I wouldn't miss that for the world.
I'm going to depend on Donnie to do the live like he did last time.
He'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, I had to brag on him a little bit. Most of the pictures and video that we got yesterday, he did. He took. Good. Yeah. So yeah, he'll do it.
All right. Well, y'all tell everybody once again how they can keep up with all of y'all's coverage on the tornado, Todd.
Well, if you'll do a search for Selma Sun, selmasun.com, and go to Facebook and put in Selma Sun Newspaper, it'll go straight to our Facebook page. There's a photo gallery there. There's videos. There's reports. It's all up on our Facebook and on our website.
And also, Tommy D done put the link up already.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. Love me some Tommy D now.
All right. Thank you, Todd. Go to work, and I'll talk to you later. If you get any breaking news, just let me know.
I will. Thank you, Big Daddy. I'm glad to help you anytime I can.
All right. Todd Prater, Selma Sun Newspaper and Black Belt News Network. Thank you, Todd. All right. We got up with that. I'm always glad to hook up with Todd. Let's go. We got a lot going on. Got some good. Hey, everybody tuned in. Let's see. I already mentioned, we got the WA Deer Hunters in town for the 38th annual Wilcox Academy Deer Hunt. Want to welcome all them. Tomorrow I'll be traveling up to Cooter's Pond to the weigh-in for the Crappie Masters Alabama Tournament Trail. Old Shane Jones is tuned in. He's going to be fishing in it. A lot of my buddies are going to be fishing in it, and I'm looking forward to seeing them up there at the weigh-in tomorrow. Also, the Wilcox Area Chamber Big Buck Contest is going on as we speak. The next Big Doe Contest will be on January the 28th and 29th, and be sure you got your Big Buck ticket. Pride of the South will be here at Bridgeport City Landing on February the 11th, and then the Elvis Robert St. Jude Memorial Coon Hunt will be February the 17th and 18th at the Armory in Jackson, Alabama. And there is all the numbers to contact. If you want to be a sponsor or a vendor, set you up a vendor table up there, or if you want to donate for the big auction, all this goes to the St. Jude Hospital, and them guys do a great job at this event. And also, if you're in Marengo County on Saturday, February the 17th through Sunday, February the 19th. The Alabama Hawking Association is going to have their field meet and hunt, and the public is invited to hunt with them. Now, you have to get up with one of the hawkers, and they will schedule you to go hunting. If you've never been hunting with these guys that catch these wild hawks and go to the woods and hunt squirrels with them, is something you need to put on your bucket list. And that'll be in Demopolis on February the 17th through the 19th, and we'll be talking a lot more about that and the Marengo County Shriners Club turkey shoot coming up in March at the Circle C Ranch in Hugo, Alabama. So that we got a lot of outdoor stuff going on, I guarantee you. Thank you, Tommy D, for putting up all of that information. I do want to talk about the February the 18th catfish jugging contest that me and Todd were talking about a while ago, because it is coming up, and it is sponsored this year by CT Ward Power Sport, Dunn Sports, Rack and Reel Sports Grill, and Lofton's Bait Shop. It is going to be February the 18th and June the 17th. $25 adults to get in it. The kids are free. Weigh-in will be at the Roland Cooper State Park T-Pier. 25 jug per boat limit, 1 hook per jug, 3 fish weigh in, only one can be over 34 inches. You can launch anywhere as long as you pay your entry fees before you launch. It'll be a special $50 youth add-on, and you're going to sign up at Dunn Sports or CT Ward Power Sports. That will be February the 18th for the jugging contest, and I am really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. All right, that's all the events I got going on. Now let's go to some I got some stuff I want to talk about that happened, was announced last night. If you was watching it, Mr. Crappie $300,000 invitational crappie tournament was announced last night. It will be a 3-day event at Lincoln Landing and Logan Martin Lake. Now, that is a huge event that coincides with the Crappie Expo 2023 that will be at the Jefferson Convention Center in Birmingham, and that is like the Bassmaster Classic. This is the Crappie Fishing Classic, and it will be every crappie vendor in the industry will be set up at the Crappie Expo in Birmingham. It will be a huge event, and it's going to be a great event for Lincoln Landing and Logan Martin Lake. All of the top crappie anglers in the nation will be there fishing for a $300,000 purse on Logan Martin Lake in September of this year. And that was a big announcement yesterday that was made. So I'm mighty proud to have Mr. Crappie bringing that invitational to Alabama. Also, my old buddy, my old co-host with the Town Country United Bank hunting and fishing report on Wednesday night, Kevin Sims and Jamie Averett with Diamond Baits went up to Chickamauga Lake, and look at there, they were fishing with Cole Sands Fishing. That's Cole on the far right, and he is fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series this year. He is a rookie, but from the looks of those fish right there, I think old Cole Sands is going to do pretty good this year. That fish Kevin's holding up is a 6.5 pounder. The one in the middle that Jamie's holding up is a 6 pounder, and that one Cole holding up is a 5+ pound fish. And old Kevin, boy, he was proud of them fish, and I'm proud for him too. That's a pretty good looking fish right there up on the Tennessee Lake, and I appreciate him sharing that with us. Also, I want to show y'all this. Now, we kept up with the Harriet 2 coming through here the other day, and of course, everybody sent me all kind of videos and pictures, but this is the best video I picked out. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the trestle, which is in Wilcox County, One side of the river is Coy, the other side is Lower Peachtree, or in that area down there. It's not quite down to Lower Peachtree, but it is across the river. It's an old railroad trestle, and I did not know it still worked. But this video that was sent to me is just awesome, and I want to play it for you. It's about a minute long, but this is the Harriet 2, and notice how the river's up, how fast the river's going, just as fast as the boat is. But I did not know that this trestle was still in working order. But watch this. She's dry docked down in Mobile right now and be coming back this way in February, but I want to thank Ashley for sending me that video. I mean, she had to be at the right place at the right time to get that. You saw how the railroad trestle was turned to let it come through. That was just an awesome video, and I sure do appreciate Ashley sharing that with us. That was good stuff right there. Also, last year, if y'all remember, I had a video that went viral. It got looked at hundreds of thousands of times, of a camera placement that Tommy put where those bucks were coming up the hill. And we couldn't count how many bucks were coming up the hill. Well, the cameras got busted the other day, and we've been checking it. We hadn't got nearly as many bucks coming up the hill, but this is when the camera got busted right here. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back right after a word from these loyal sponsors. Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden, a shopping experience you will never forget. Bubba and Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama, across from McDonald's. Outfitters for the serious sportsman. Community Neighbor Bank with locations in Greenville, Camden, Pine Hill, and Grove Hill, serving rural Alabama since 1906. Bringing you the Gettin' Outdoors weather since 2007. West Alabama Land Services, Jason Daly, licensed, insured, forestry mulching, brush cutting, and much more. Plaza Golf Cart Sales in Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, your easy-go superstore. Town Country United Bank, Camden, Alabama, proud sponsors of the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report every week on the Gettin' Outdoors podcast. Lawler Timber Company, Camden, Alabama, family-owned independent business offering professional forestry services and home of the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. Class Storage on the bypass in Camden, Alabama. Safe, secure storage for that motorhome, boat, or camper. ClassStorageLLC.com. Thanks for supporting the Gettin' Outdoors sponsors. Now let's get back to the live show. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Gettin' Outdoors live show. I did want to mention before we do the Gettin' Outdoors Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weather report that the Camp Chef Photo Challenge is wide open. I'm getting some great pictures. If you cook this weekend, take a good picture, send it to me, and be sure to put hashtag FOCCPC on the picture, and we will judge it at the end of the month, and somebody will win a nice prize. And at the end of the year, we're going to give away something really, really nice. So be sure to send your photos in. I did get a message from Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville yesterday. He told me that his guns, every gun in Dunn Sports is slashed. The prices are slashed. So if you're in the market for a shotgun, a rifle, a pistol, or anything, you need to check them out at Dunn Sports in Thomasville. He said he got to get rid of some inventory, and he is slashing the prices right now at Dunn Sports in Thomasville. Let's see what our weekend weather forecast. This is your community neighbor bank weekend weather forecast for the weekend of January the 13th, Friday the 13th through Sunday the 15th, and it's changed a little bit from last year. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near at 46. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 28, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, 20 mile an hour gusts. And then in the morning, if y'all are fishing that Alabama River tournament up at Cooter's Pond for the Alabama Crappie Masters, you're going to start off cold, 28 degrees, but it's going to be sunny, high near 48. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 early. Northwest winds are going to slow down a little bit in the day, 5 to 10 miles an hour. I can't wait to see what those crappie fishermen do tomorrow. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 27. Northwest winds 5 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening. And then Sunday, sunny with a high near 58. Calm winds becoming south 5 miles an hour. Going to be a beautiful day Sunday. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 36. South winds 5 miles per hour. And that is your community neighbor bank Getting Outdoors, Grandma Karen weather report. Let's see what it is in California. 52 right now. You are warmer than we are, Grandma Karen. Scattered showers, high today 60, wind 9 miles an hour. Flood water warning. Stay inside if you can. Don't drive if you don't have to. Keep your umbrellas handy. Rain and flooding for the next few days. Stay safe and warm. Enjoy a warm beverage. And happy Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th to you, Grandma Karen. We appreciate you keeping us up with all that California weather out there. That's always fun on the weekend. Let me look over here. Don Lauderdale, good morning. Reeling Rednecks. How you doing? Yeah, that old dear did spot that camera. Joe Jones, Pat Powers, B-Dog, Old Thunder's tuned in. Tommy D, of course. Mary Margaret, how you doing? Michael Cook's tuned in with the Wilcox Area Chamber. J.C. Peoples, of course, we talked to Todd Prater. Tina Carter, how you doing, my dear friend? Tina Foster in Miller's Ferry. Al Hudson, Leon Andrews, how you doing, old friend? I hope I get Deborah Green, how you doing? Ronnie McKenzie. I'm trying to. Doug Max, how you doing, my friend? Ready for them turkeys? I am too. Michael Hilliard, you ought to be catfishing this morning, Michael. And Harry Pardon's tuned in. B-Dog, Dick May up in Tennessee. Brother Howard Galston's tuned in. We share the gospel. Appreciate Brother Howard tuning in. Larry and Debbie Abernathy. Tommy Noonan Hall in Natchez, Mississippi. Travis Lee. Marion Dansby. Come on down and do some jugging with us, Marion. Rusty Godbold's tuned in. Oh, Wayne Edgeworth's tuned in at the Edgeworth Farm. Jessica Smith, good morning to you out at the Bridgeport Beach. Robert Hutchinson, a regular every week. Appreciate everybody tuning in and listening this morning. Joyce Huggins Wall up in Pineapple, Alabama. Lloyd Huckabee and old Clyde Ray Pearson. Good morning. Treat him deep. Clyde Ray, me and you need to get together and do a podcast about coon hunting now. It's been way, way too long. Way, way too long. And Marion, the catfish tournament will be broadcast live on February the 18th. The weigh-in will be live on the Getting Outdoors Facebook. It sure will. So there you go. All right, we've done the weather. We went a little over, but I was glad to get old Todd. Y'all, please keep all the tornado victims in your thoughts and prayers, all the way from Sumter County, all the way to the Georgia line, and of course, Autauga County. There were 6 fatalities that we know of right now in Autauga County, and please keep those families in your thoughts and prayers, and please keep all the first responders and the Alabama Power Company linemen, because those guys are working their ass off. I promise you that, and they don't get enough recognition. And my friend William Malone's on here. He is the hunt master for the 38th annual Wilcox Academy deer hunt. He said it's 34 hunters in the woods this morning. So that is great. That's great for the school. That's great for the town. That's great for the economy. And William, you do a mighty, mighty good job. And let's see, 82 will be in the woods by this afternoon. So we got a lot of hunters in Wilcox County this weekend hunting the 38th annual Wilcox Academy deer hunt. And those guys do a great job feeding them, taking care of them, and we sure are glad they are in town. All right, everybody, really do keep, and there will be things set up, and I will share it as Todd sends me information. I'm sure it'll be ways you can help out the victims of the tornadoes, and if you can, please do that, because I tell you, you just don't know. One day you're sitting in your living room watching TV, and the next day your house is gone. Can you imagine that? And that's right here in our area. So everybody, if you can, help them out the best you can. If you're hunting and fishing this weekend, remember what old Big Dad says: practice safety, safety, safety. We don't want to have any accident. I don't want to report another accident this year. It's been too many already in this 22-23 season. So practice safety, safety, safety. Everybody have a great, great weekend. Thank you for your support. I didn't mention my 200 podcast is up with Kay Donaldson. Great podcast, 200 podcast. And I thank y'all for investing your time, listening to it. Thanks everybody for all your support. Have a great weekend. Remember now more than ever, God bless America. And remember what old Big Dad says: get outdoors.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk, and climb and do it all